So the WEM challenge, the Wetlands Environmental Management Challenge, is about developing a boat that can go collect 4 samples of water of 500 mils each, return it to the base station, and then monitor those samples. So looking at the temperature, pH, salinity, and other types of measurements that you might take when you're looking at the quality of the water that's there. You get bonus points if you can do that sampling out on the water and also as quickly as possible afterwards. So you're designing a vessel that can go out and collect the samples and bring it back, and so you can analyse them. This challenge is a nice one because it can lend itself to a number of different ways to have it within the curriculum. I've run it a number of ways. One, as an extracurricular activity where you have students meeting at recess times, lunch times, after school, and using it a bit of as a STEM extension class where you've got some of your brighter STEM students, so your maths, science students, but also your tech students who are very good at building things and using CAD design and so forth. And then working as a team to fulfil the challenge. The other way is we've embedded it within our Year 10 science class, and again, using the whole class where different members of the class with different groups within the class are concentrating on different aspects. But the class as a whole, we had a theme throughout the whole semester where we were looking at wetlands, environmental wetlands, so looking at ecosystems and water quality and so forth. And that led us to how do we collect samples out in the middle of the lake, and so then going into building. And so that led us to all the other aspects of science, the physical sciences, where we're looking at motion and electricity and all those sort of things. So it allowed us a nice little thematic approach in the Year 10 science class. We have embedded it into Year 9s and Year 8s at various stages, but not to the same degree. But you can still get some of your brightest. And you might, if you're looking at it as an extension subject, incorporate Year 8 and 9 students as observers or junior team members, so that in following years they can then step up and be leaders. They already know what the challenge is about, and they can then take what they did last year and build on it. And so you sort of build a bit of base to what you're doing, and so you're not reinventing the wheel every year with each new group of students. One of the biggest challenges you'll find when reviewing the program at the end is time. And if you look at the program or the challenge itself, if you're running it, say, in the second semester, you have approximately 48 hours worth of contact if you're looking at a normal classroom, or probably 24 hours worth of contact if you're looking at, say, an extracurricular activity. So that's a day to 2 days of solid work. So not much time at all. So you need to be quite smart when you're approaching it. And it's not about trying to complete the whole challenge. So find bits of the challenge that that the school already has completed for you. So if you're running this in your tech class, go over to the science department, find out if they've got any data logging equipment. So I know in my school we've got the Vernier data logging system that can do salinity and pH and temperature and those sort of things. And you can also do those things on the fly. If you're in the science department, go over to tech and find out what machines they have. They might have some vacuum formers so that you can build a boat. They might have milling machines that can cut boats out for you. You might find a couple of students over there who have pretty good CAD skills that can quickly design a boat for you to do what you need to do, or they can design them in bits and pieces. And so work with your tech teachers and so forth, so you don't have to do it all. If your school is lucky enough to have done the challenge in the past, grab everything you possibly can and only rebuild the stuff that you need to rebuild. So don't start from scratch every year. Sometimes you have to, because last year's was crap, but most of the time look at what it is you've got and see what you can build on. If you're starting from scratch, I work by the KISS principle, keep it simple, stupid. So in the WEM challenge, there are 3 key tasks you need to do. 1, you need to have some sort of vessel that can go out over water. The easiest vessel to build is a boat. The easiest boat to build is 2 bits of PVC pipe with a plank drawn across the top and everything stuck on top of that plank. Second part you need to be able to do is collect samples. And so collecting samples, you need to have some sort of pumping system. So to turn a pump on, turn a pump off. The last thing is being able to remotely access that pump. So sometimes the easiest way might be just using an extra channel on your RC with your boat to run a servo that might be just turning on and off a micro switch that turns the pump on and off. You can go down microcontrollers, and there's a whole stack of different lines you can go with doing that. But keep it simple, stupid, and ask plenty of questions. There are plenty of other teachers out there that have done this stuff before and are all too willing to help.